I've had a long, long history. I worked with concert companies like in films. I worked in nightclubs. I worked in the opera. And I ended up at the Yale Repertory Theater. So my career has been constant. I have not stopped since 1950. I didn't start seriously until I was about 14. And that was thanks to my cousin Janet Collins, by the way, who was the first ballerina, a person of color at the Metropolitan Opera. I met Alvin Ailey in junior high school first, and then we really knew each other very well when we got to high school. Alvin was taking gymnastics, and I said, "Oh, Alvin, you ought to dance." And so I think I took him to Lester Horton, who had a theater on Melrose Avenue, and then that's how he got into dance. And when we came to New York in the 50s, I met my husband Jeffrey Holder in House of Flowers. I was very lucky because he loves designing clothes for me. And this is one of his creations. And I love this because I can travel with it. I love the color, and it's kind of on like a Japanese kind of print, which I love. You know, my first dance film was Abbott and Costello Meet the Frankenstein, the Wolfman, or some kind of crazy thing like that. It's one of those things that I never planned, is that doors opened. And most people in my career will stay with one company, but I never did that. I met extraordinary people who gave me something to look forward to, that I, unbeknownst to myself, I became fearless about going into territories I knew nothing about. Of course, the body gets slower, and especially legs, that's the hardest thing to keep going. About 5 or 6 years ago, I had a performance of this piece that I had to do, and my legs were not moving. And I thought, oh my gosh, I can't do this and I can't do that. What am I going to do? It was time to perform, and blah, blah, blah. And I thought, wait a minute. It's a solo. Who's going to know? And besides, it's a story. So I thought, well, I'll just eliminate and just redo little things, and these things can rest. And all of a sudden, I heard the words. And all of a sudden, the words came alive. You see, you lose something and you gain something. You learn that the body's changing, and you have to accept, okay, I'm 83. At this age, I mean, it's an experience. And I think in a way, as hard as it is at times, that's what we're talking about, keeping yourself aging. If you don't have those challenges, the brain is not challenged, and therefore the body is not challenged. My thing is, how far can I go?